If you live in an area with harsh winters like here in Ohio, then you know how difficult it can be to keep your house warm without gas or electricity. When the power goes out during a winter storm, the temperature inside your home can drop fast. And if that happens, you need to take action quickly before hypothermia sets in. There are many ways to stay warm when the power is out. But what about when you don't have any power to begin with? What do you use to heat your house when there's no electricity? That's exactly what we are going to talk about today, because I want to show you how the Amish stay warm during the winter without using gas or electricity. Most of us think we need our modern conveniences like gas, furnaces, and electric heaters to stay warm. But it wasn't too long ago that people would stay warm without these things, and the Amish are the perfect example of this. They've been able to stay warm for years without using modern heating systems. So let's see how they do it. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of our videos. Also, give this video a thumbs up because it really helps us out. And lastly, stick around until the end because I have a very special offer for you. The first thing the Amish do to stay warm is something that all of us can do. Even if you live in a modern home with a gas furnace or central air, you should still do this. The first thing you need to do is seal off any drafts. If you have doors or windows that have gaps around them, you need to block those off. You could use towels, blankets, or even plastic sheeting to seal off these areas. This will prevent cold air from coming into your home. And, just like the Amish, you want to keep the warm air inside. Another way to keep warm is to dress appropriately for the weather. This means wearing layers of clothing, including a hat, scarf, and gloves. The Amish often wear multiple layers of clothing to stay warm, and they also tend to wear more conservative clothing that covers more of their body. This helps them stay warm in the winter months. If you're not used to dressing in layers, start doing it now so you're prepared for the next time the power goes out. Also, don't forget about your extremities, your hands, feet, and head. These areas tend to lose heat quickly, so you want to make sure that they're covered. Let's take a look outside at some of the ways the Amish stay warm without electricity. One of the most common ways the Amish stay warm is by using a wood-burning stove. These stoves are very efficient and can heat a small to medium-sized room quite easily. They also burn very clean, so they won't fill your home with smoke. There are many different types of wood-burning stoves on the market, but the Amish typically use a type called a jottle. These stoves are made in Norway and are designed to burn both wood and coal. They have a unique design that allows them to burn very efficiently and produce very little smoke. Another benefit of using a wood-burning stove is that they can be used to cook on. This means that the Amish can use them to prepare meals, even if the power is out. This is a great way to save energy and resources, especially during a power outage. Of course, to use a wood-burning stove, you need to have plenty of wood on hand. The Amish typically store their wood in a shed or garage until they need it. They also have a technique for cutting down trees that makes the most of the wood. When they cut down a tree, they cut it into logs that are the exact same size. This means that they can stack the logs in their shed or garage in a very efficient way, which saves them space and makes it easier to carry the logs into their home when they need them. In addition, the Amish often use scrap wood to start their fires. This is any extra pieces of wood that are left over after they've cut down a tree. They also use this wood to make kindling, which is small pieces of wood that are used to start a fire. To make kindling, they simply take a larger piece of wood and start shaving off thin strips of wood using a sharp knife. Once they have enough kindling, they can light it on fire and use it to start their wood-burning stove. Another thing that the Amish do to stay warm is they use quilts and other types of bedding to insulate themselves from the cold. They often use quilts on their beds, but they may also use them on their laps while they're re-sitting in a chair or on a couch. This helps them stay warm and cozy while they're relaxing. And another thing the Amish do is they often sit close together in groups. This helps them stay warm by sharing body heat. It's also a great way to socialize and spend time with family and friends. Of course, it can be difficult to do this if you live alone, but if you have family or friends nearby, you can always go to their home to stay warm. Yet another thing that the Amish do is they often use hot water bottles or heating pads to stay warm. They may place these on their laps while they re-sitting or on their beds before they go to sleep. This helps them stay warm and comfortable. And another thing that the Amish do is they often use passive solar heating. This means that they take advantage of the sun's energy to heat their homes. They typically have south-facing windows that allow the sun to shine in during the winter months. This helps to naturally heat their homes and reduce the need for other types of heating. Lastly, the Amish often use candles or oil lamps to provide light and heat for their homes. While they don't use these to heat their entire home, they may use them to add a little bit of extra heat to a room. They also use these to provide light when the power is out. This helps them to see and stay active even in the darkest of winter nights. I'm sure you're wondering why the Amish don't use electricity. Well, there's a few reasons for this. First of all, they believe that electricity is a worldly convenience that can tempt them away from their religion. They also believe that relying on electricity makes them dependent on the government and technology. And finally, they simply want to maintain their independence from the outside world. For the Amish, using electricity is a choice that they have made as a community. It's not something that they've done lightly, and it's something that they've done for a variety of reasons. Ultimately, it's their right to choose how they live their lives, and we should respect that. Well, there you have it. That's how the Amish stay warm in the winter without using electricity. I hope you've learned a few tips that you can use in your own home. If you're interested in learning more about the Amish, I'll leave a few links in the description below. Be sure to check them out. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video. In addition to the tips and tricks that I shared with you in this video, there's one more thing you can do to stay warm in the winter months, and that's to invest in a backup heating solution. This could be something like a small propane heater that you can use if the power goes out. Or maybe you want to look into a wood stove or fireplace insert. If you're not sure where to start, I'd recommend checking out a website. They have a wide variety of backup heating solutions to choose from, and their team of experts can help you find the perfect one for your needs. Not only that, but they also offer fast shipping and great customer service. And if you use the code provided, you'll get free shipping on your order. All right, thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for more great content.